Hey everybody, this is another episode of Fools and Corpses Bluesky Backwater. If you remember, last time our group of intrepid adventurers have decided to hawk the very expensive military tech that they recovered in the second session. And now they have two bids on the table. One is a pirate king named Longtooth O'Toole, who is currently a prisoner on Tupple Station, where they are currently located. And the other is a scientist who works for Ouroboros. Ouroboros. I definitely thought you were going to say a cult again. But anyway. But yeah, so if I understand correctly, the bid is to try to get the Ouroboros bigwigs on the line.
Correct.
To see if they can bring you any cash. But you haven't pitched that to the Ouroboros guy yet.
Yes.
So they are outside of the basement where the Ouroboros man is being held against his will. You all know you're kidnappers, right?
I don't think
We didn't take him anywhere.
As long as we don't move him, we're not kidnapping
Then
him.
what is that?
Huh? It's just,
False imprisonment.
Yeah,
That's
false
what it is.
imprisonment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
It's
better.
way better.
It is
No-
better. Also,
no
he's
kids
not.
involved.
He's fine. Like he's not getting harmed.
He's still got his jacket?
Yeah, I don't know that the law really cares.
And he's
about
been
that.
in prison for like 2 minutes.
Also, you drugged him. He absolutely is.
That was a difficult time, probably.
You also punched him.
He deserved it.
That's assault.
Only once.
He wouldn't tell us what we wanted to know.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't shoot him.
Yet?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
This is all beside the point.
let's get rolling. So you guys are outside of the basement. The little stairs there. Oh wait, no, you're not. You're in the basement. Still.
Yeah,
You're
we're
just
still
outside
went
the door.
outside the
You're
door
just
and we're
chatting.
whispering.
Yeah,
And
we've
so
not
Ouroboros
left.
guys is still in there. It doesn't change any of the criminal charges.
So, can we put like a little poll in the YouTube video and be like, did he deserve it?
Oh well, I mean, yeah, like
Comment down
this-
below.
If you think this constitutes criminal action. It's criminal activity,
That
guys.
being
does, but not on Tupple
said,
Station.
Not on Tupple Station.
do
There
we
isn't really a
need
law.
that woman in the other room that knows about our secrets to be alive?
No.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
We should unalive then?
Let's have a chat first, and then maybe we'll consider that.
Yeah, all right. Whatever.
It
guys.
seems like it's definitely not high on the list of priorities right
No.
now.
No.
With the station swarming with different military groups.
Yeah.
So I think the last thing I
Lots to
said
get
was
done.
like, let's do the corporate rendezvous, and if it goes south, we'll use the chaos to kidnap the pirate
Go
captain.
to the rescue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rescue the pirate captain.
Good.
And demand a
good.
ship. Yes.
Great. Yeah.
So we're rescuing this guy in the
Turn-
basement. That's what we're doing.
Jimmy's
He's
got
been
it.
brainwashed.
Yeah.
Please hold
By
still. You are being
Ouroboros.
rescued.
Anyway.
So I open the door and
Yeah. So in there, he's just sitting there.
Oh, I thought he was gonna be gone.
No, he's like sagged over, and like there's a little bit of blood dripping from his mouth. Yeah, guys.
How are you feeling?
Not great, surprisingly.
Yes. I think we decided to have a bit of a rendezvous with your bosses.
Oh, wonderful.
How soon can you get them on the line?
I told you I need to get down to my ship, so if you can take me down to my ship, right now, I guess.
Yep.
I can get him up half hour, tops.
This was his idea,
Alright.
so he should be happy that we're not
All right.
killing him.
Should we untie him? Be a little
I
more
mean-
gentlemanly.
You're gonna.
Jimmy's
We're going to
pulling
be
out
in
his
public,
scissors.
so...
It
Yeah.
would be difficult to transport
trouble.
him without drawing attention, so yes.
I mean, if he's still tied up, we're committing a crime.
You're committing a crime either way.
No, this is voluntary.
You're committing a crime.
I don't
either
think
way.
we need to discuss whether we're committing a crime.
Yeah, let's not put labels on any of
Yes,
this. It's not helpful.
Stop
Would you like to be
describing
untied?
/ admitting to the crime.
We're rescuing him.
This is. I'm sorry. What?
I cut him loose.
Okay.
I take the leaf off him.
We have searched him thoroughly, right?
I wipe
Yes,
it. I
yeah.
take a bloody rag or not a bloody
It's a bloody rag and put it on.
It becomes a bloody rag.
There you go, buddy.
I also still have his earpiece in my ear.
Yeah.
Just
He takes
for
the
reference.
the white lab coat off and he hangs it up and okay, here we go.
Was that the coat you wanted so badly? The lab coat.
Don't need it. No.
The other
One
one was
was
the the leather one under it.
Mm.
All right. Well, it's down. It's down on. I have to remember which docks are taken by things happening.
Can I vibe check this guy one last time to see
Sure,
if he's
go for
planning
it.
on betraying us?
He says it's down on Flood Dock. So
Okay.
Good idea.
he wants to leave you there.
Critical failure.
Okay. You think he's your new best friend.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I will protect this man with my life.
You're like, leave Cornelius for him.
Yeah, right. I mean, clearly
Your
he's
new
got
boss.
access to a lot more money than Cornelius does.
That's true.
What his bosses do.
But does he fit in the papoose?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It's a great way to restrain prisoners
Oh,
without drawing attention.
you could always fold them up and
Without
tight ratchet them down in there.
And then they're like, let me go. And then you're like, it's okay, honey.
Well, I could just sleep.
Yeah.
If we kidnap an Arctoid, I could just sleep dart them and put them in the papoose, and then you're just carrying around.
I like the idea that the papoose gets ratchet straps installed for holding prisoners. So ratchet them down in
Some,
I
there.
think we're already at
some,
5 papooses,
yeah,
so
the-
we're
some
ahead of
straitjacket.
schedule.
No, the
sleeves.
baby thing where they hug themselves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Get them
You're
all snug
wearing
in
them.
there.
Anyway,
Yeah,
okay.
Perfect.
So
Anyway.
Swaddled.
he like kind of looks at all of you. He's like, "Well, you're the kidnappers. Would you like to lead the way?
Again,
You are moving me to a second location. This is kidnapping."
you wanted to come. You
offered.
suggested this.
This is your idea.
You're the one who wanted to set up.
Do you want
this
to keep
deal.
talking, or do you want to go to the ship?
I will lead the way.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm a little
Do I know where I'm going?
Yeah, you're going to Flood Dock. You know where you're
All
at.
right.
Yeah.
We're doing this on your suggestion.
It's
It's
So-
true.
Oh, it is.
So you guys head out, and on your way to Flood Dock, not a lot happens. There do seem to be, there does seem to be some commotion going on, but I mean, it's Temple Station. It could be anything. So people are moving around. There's a lot of noise. You do see some guards from various different security companies, Noblin guys, and no Zhajiang Mercantile guys. You do see TSPD walking around as well, because Temple Station has its own police department, which is kind of weird.
Gross.
But the reason they have their own police department is because they don't want to they don't want to spend too much money, and they'd have to spend a whole bunch of money on a private contractor. So you head down to Flood Station, or not Flood Station, Flood Dock, and he leads you to a ship that admittedly is shaped somewhat strange. It's like kind of bulbous, and it's got no external deck, which is very strange. Usually a ship will have an upper deck, and a lower deck, but this one it's all enclosed, and it's got a whole bunch of antennas sticking out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm imagining a science vessel from
It is pretty sciencey.
StarCraft.
It's pretty close to that. It's not exactly that,
Yeah,
but it's close.
okay.
Yeah. And so he pats his pockets. He's like, "Oh, who in this not kidnapping took my fob?"
So, I think we should probably clear the air here and explain, someone was running some kind of too much information, some kind of game on us when you run into that little hole, and we were just really looking out for ourselves. You happened to be there. Now we're just entering a business deal willingly together.
So that means I get all of my personal belongings back then,
It was a misunderstanding. Probably have that fob around somewhere.
along with my comm links and my money.
You need your comm link back?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So, and my other comm link.
I didn't take a
Oh,
comment.
there is a second one. It's floating around here somewhere.
It's in
We
his,
were-
can it be in his ear and he just
we
forgot
were-
it? It's there.
We took one comm link. I don't know what
Yeah.
this other one is.
Yeah. I don't know
Also,
about
all
us.
of that stuff was probably worth around 100 coin. So, pleasure doing business with you.
Anyway, so he walks up to the ship and swipes his thumb over his fob, and the side opens up very smoothly. Just
What dock we at?
Flood Dock.
Which dock is the pirate supposedly at?
There are two docks that are possible. It's Vin and Fork.
Where
right
was
now-
the one that we were talking about? The ship where it
Yeah,
seems
the
like he
special
is
ship
most
with
likely.
the extra guards.
So Blinn Security, who docked this morning, they are on Vin Dock.
They shut down Vinda.
Okay.
Yeah, they shut down Vin Dock. Yeah.
Okay. And how far away is the flood dock from Vin dock?
It's a decent stretch. You can neither see nor hear any part of it.
What's this guy's name again?
This guy has not given you his name.
Jimmy
Hey,
Laugh.
what's your name?
Sorry, let me make sure
It's the faux pas.
I go, my name's Jimmy.
My name is Jimmy.
Real names.
My name's Nuru, and you are you. Nuru. I'm Nuru anyway. Alright, so
Last name?
give me
anyway.
a second and I will pull them
First
up.
name New.
And
Last name
he
Ru.
goes into the ship. He just disappears inside of the ship.
I mean,
I feel like we go with him.
Yes, we
I'm
go
fine.
with
Yeah,
it.
you follow
We
him
don't
in.
just like, here you go.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna.
We are
size up the
kidnappers
ship.
after all.
yeah.
The ship is it's you can't place the actual make of the ship. It actually looks pretty custom, but it's a surveillance / research vessel. It's got a ton of sensors on it and like a big old
How many
comms
people
relay. And,
can be inside the ship?
you could probably fit comfortably like half dozen. Like, and I mean like actually shipping on the ship. If you wanted to really cram them in, you could
Got it.
get a few more. But like, yeah.
Like there's 6 seats with seat belts.
Yeah, that
type
kind of thing, yeah.
Is this a fast?
No, not terribly fast.
Gotcha. So it's not
it's
designed
yeah.
for. It doesn't have any guns or anything.
No, it's a research vessel.
So Cornelius is just looking around, going, "I want this ship."
Yeah, there's a lot of monitors everywhere when you get inside, and they're all
Probably
beeping.
lots of cool-
yeah,
And this is a
Gadgets and stuff.
spaceship, not a sailing ship.
they're the same thing in this context.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
When you said it went, psh, it was just like So that's like
It's a little more sci-fi. Yeah, it's supposed to
Okay.
be higher tech than most things you've
Is
seen.
it open?
Yeah. What do you mean open? The
At the
door?
top.
Like a sailing ship?
No, it has no above decks. That's
Yeah,
weird
it's
about it.
closed.
It's closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a submarine.
Yeah.
So it may be
So-
able to exit
It's a space marine.
the ether into open space, or is there open space? Anywhere.
There's not open space anywhere that has been observed.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
whole universe is
is ether. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, so you're
We could just take this.
yeah, you're going in and he's punching up some comms. He sits down in the front seat, like in the comm seat, and he like is pushing some buttons, and then he like pauses a minute and flips a switch, and nothing happens, but like the display changes slightly. And he's like, "All right, I'm putting out a signal on one of our secure channels. It might be a minute before they respond."
Just looking at the controls and observing him, is that actually what he did?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yes. Like, yeah, he's calling someone up.
Can I
Yeah.
like hack into the channel?
That would be pretty difficult for you to do with the equipment you have on you.
Okay.
But also just difficult for you to do in general. Like, it's a secure channel for reasons.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Since
yeah.
I'm at the ship,
Yeah.
I thought maybe I could use the ship.
Oh, you
Just
could
like,
you could
like I
hack
could
it.
hack- yeah.
a wire. Or
That's
something.
where I was not just like dialing in my equipment, but like
Oh yeah, no, he is definitely like you can hear the tone on the big speakers. Like he's
Okay.
gonna be playing this over
Okay.
over the main thing. So within a few minutes, like something lights up on the console and he kind of shifts in his chair to like give you line of sight on the display, and he hits a button and a face comes up, and it's a female Archie.
Okay.
And she's got glasses, and
is it love at first sight?
she's wearing some sort of like very proper looking, like it would look like a blazer or a suit coat, but it's like also like kind of buttoned in a way that like has like this weirdly semi-militariness to it, or
Like cults do.
you know, maybe something like that. Anyway,
Some
so,
kind of cult.
some manner of cult
Cultist
deal.
robes.
She sounds smart.
So, and Nuru, what's going on? This channel's for emergencies only. Is everything okay? Nuru responds, yeah, kind of. We've got something here that's a little strange, and I wanted to get an answer really fast. Our contact here doesn't have a ton of time. Tig, we've really got something interesting here, And so she leans in. Well, what is it? Have you uncovered something with your research? No. Maybe I should let them explain. This is Cornelius. He's my contact
Yes.
here.
We've come into possession of some technology that may be of interest to you. Your colleague, Nuru, seems to think that your company would be intrigued and interested in purchasing this technology.
I mean, we don't typically need new technology. We tend to make it ourselves. Does it have some sort of research value?
What would you think if someone else was perhaps making your kind of technology?
Making what? Making which kind of our technology? We have several major patents.
Shall I simply show you?
We don't build distropods. Okay, it's a symbol, but what does it do?
Imagine a sizable structure coming into being from a distropod in seconds.
What kind of sizable?
Railgun turret?
Oh, so not just large, but complex. Nuru, can you confirm this? And he leans in. Honestly, Tig, no, I can't. I haven't actually seen it work, but the markings, they gave me pause. And she kind of nods. Well, if what you're saying is true, then it is something of great import to us. Do you have any idea of where it came from?
We don't know its true origins. We don't know who made it.
It's back enforcement.
It bears the symbol of vac enforcement.
So VAC enforcement is building something with our tech.
And it all seems military. Very, very, very powerful and military.
Oh, that's disappointing. That doesn't really... She kind of like...
With her back.
It doesn't really, it's not the road that we would wish this technology to go down.
One of them is unlickable.
There's an unlickable one.
Yes, there is.
You say that's disappointing. But they're going to be using it for all sorts of military endeavor, your technology, that is.
Yes,
Or would be.
yeah.
Well, isn't it nice for you, then, that doesn't have to be what it ends up being used for? Having the ripe and prime opportunity to get it back off the market today.
Well, we
Negotiate.
can... That is worth doing, but I
Ain't it, though?
doubt that this is the only copy of these things, or that they haven't stored schematics of some sort. But if we can look at what they're doing with it, I mean, Nuru, based on what they've said, what part of our machines are they using? Oh, I mean, with the speed and the context in which they described it, I think that they're using PDGs to like do some sort of like matter displacement in order to make like reorganization easier. That is quite something. We do need to get a hold of that. Okay. Well, we will need to take possession of the technology, and we wish to do that in as amenable a context as possible. I believe we have an acquisition team in... She's like pulling something up off screen. Yes, we have an acquisition team nearby. They could be there within a couple hours, perhaps.
And what would they be bringing with them?
Oh yes. You couldn't just do it out of the goodness of your heart, could you?
Nope.
Everyone's got to eat, boss.
We are mercenaries of a sort. We take jobs for pay. And we would like pay for the endeavor that we have undertaken to acquire these.
Okay, so
Now,
how
is
many
that
are
it?
there?
Yep.
5.
And one of them's unlickable.
Okay. The other, can I see all of them, please?
Well, we keep them in different locations for. Never mind.
This is not the time to be cagey. We're settling a price here.
Yes, each unique, in fact.
I pull mine out and make sure no one's
No one's
about to
tempted.
lick it.
A multitude of different devices, all emblazoned with the same mark.
Okay, so we've got comms. That blue one is probably some sort of armament. There's medbay, and there's barracks, and then the unlickable one. Okay, 100,000 for the lot.
2.5.
2.5.
Nuru assured us you'd be more than generous if we came.
100,000 is more than generous. Do you think anyone else is going to pay 100,000 for these?
We can get that on the open market, just selling them as weapons. We were assured you were someone who understood the value of these here particulars.
And the value of...
Other people not having them.
Yes.
That's what we're trying to say.
2.5 is too much. None of our reclamation teams have that on them. Can you...
Perhaps, and this is just throwing an idea out there, you could use your little, that computer thing there where you found the one requisition team, send them our way, have another one and send them our way too, and then that might, together...
DM question.
Yeah.
What is the approximate worth of this vessel?
The approximate
Oh
worth
my
of the
God.
vessel.
Hells yeah.
So Cornelius cannot, determine based on the vessel, just by looking at it, how much it's worth, because it is so custom. And it's
Yeah.
built on built on a frame
Sure.
that you're familiar with, but by looking at it, it's like, that's not representative of its value.
Yeah.
So she hesitates and she looks over at Nuru, and Nuru is like, and she's like, she taps some more things, pulls something up. It's a custom built surveillance vessel that will cost. It's well over the 2.5.
Did you ask?
I didn't
your
ask
character?
them, but
Oh well.
now we know.
Yeah.
Now we know.
I was like, would this be a good sit-in as
Comparable.
part of
Yeah.
our compensation? But it would be
Now that's
beyond
not nearly the only option. I did hear you thinking that some of the value was that this was not all that was created, and you're concerned about back enforcement still having the knowledge to make more of them.
Yeah.
See, and we're concerned about more pay, and ships being one avenue of pay, now aren't we? Now, my friend here is particularly interested in all the research and observation amenities included on this here vessel, but some of us are interested in the others. Speed, maneuverability, guns, we do like guns, maybe even some armor. Perhaps you outfit yourself with a nice little vessel who could do the things of this and the things of the other. Consider it part of your payment, even some debt. Debt on our end will make you more, just keep rising that price. You send us on a mission to go over to VAC and get the rest of their goodies. This could be an ongoing arrangement.
This
It's a nice
got
little
very
job.
complicated very quickly. Jenny goes, I want money.
You have not nearly passed any of our vetting process, and what's more, we don't hire mercenaries.
Well, anyway, we're
Also,
negotiating.
don't take care of where your technology goes, apparently.
We're negotiating. We want 2,500. 250,000. Excuse me.
2.5
You said 100,000. That's not good enough. What else you got?
Ship.
We'll take the acquisition ship.
Do you say that?
Why not?
We don't know what the actual. I mean, it's an option, but we don't know what that looks like.
I'm assuming it doesn't have the same customizability.
It's not. So she shoots the look over at Nuru, and Nuru kind of furrows his brow and
And 100,000.
the acquisition ship and 100,000. I could see the acquisition ship and 50.
80. 5.
What's the acquisition ship?
Yeah, we're buying something we don't.
Can they pull up a picture of
know
it
what it
for
looks
us?
Yes,
like.
yeah, give me a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, yeah.
I have a name for
Yeah,
it. In
this
here
is-
somewhere.
It is a ship and money.
This is a. I like a ship and some money.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I will
Uh,
evaluate. Can I evaluate what I think it's worth? Because I would
Yes.
definitely
You
know.
would, you would know, and I would maybe have some
We can
insight.
both roll on
As
that.
remember, this is the kind of money that we were just going to sell it for on the open market without talking to them. They're not. We can get the same amount of money according to the fence from the Pirate King, and according to the Elliot, I guess. Not
I
the
also
fence.
want some money and a ship because it would be cool to buy some things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I get it, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
they're
This is
working us
great.
over with this price. It's a horrible ripoff, you know. So we got to get the ship out of it to get any value here.
The acquisition ship is a Jackdaw class light gun ship.
Jackdaw.
Doll.
Nice.
Class.
Jackdaw light gunship.
Light gunship.
Light.
It
gunship.
is-
This is perfect.
We
The
can
one that we have in the
modify it in
area
the future.
is fairly standard stock. It has an above decks. It has a 1-cell brig. It has 6 below grade guns.
Yeah.
Um,
This is gonna work great.
And so light gun ships. This would be kind of light, like fast and maneuverable.
yes, yeah. It's built to be kind of a like a stick and move gun, like weapon. Yeah.
Carrying capacity. Cargo.
Not too terribly much. I think that it's at a. Man, my size in my head is not very good. I'm not good at doing volumes.
How many elephants could fit in the cargo hold?
2
Asian or African elephants?
African ones.
Cool.
Okay.
So,
How many people are needed to crew it?
The crew is typically a full complement is a dozen. But piloting is just one. One person can pilot, and then really the rest are to man comms and to man the guns.
So there's a dozen seats on this place.
It's a ship. There are like 6 seats up top and then 6 seats on the guns. Yeah.
Sleeping quarters, the whole shebang.
It's a light gun ship. It doesn't have sleeping quarters. It has a captain's quarters, and it has a galley.
So sleep over in the captain's quarters.
Got it.
I think it only natural that
How much
I
do
would
I
have
think
the
this is
captain's
worth?
quarters.
Yes, the smallest
kidding.
person on the
How
crew.
How much do you think it's worth?
Yeah.
Roll to estimate. Anybody who would like to.
I'm
You
fine.
have ridden on the Jackdaw class gunship.
Oh, heck yeah.
You have seen one. That's it.
I shot at it with a pistol.
Chow!
A long ways away.
0 on the dice.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would add.
Any soldier or police stuff.
I got
So
a
everything.
13 if I have a blue collar and mechanic.
Yeah.
So probably like 5, I guess.
Okay.
Son of a gun.
8.
8.
It's a gunship.
All right. So
Nathan.
no. So 13, 8, 5 didn't roll. All right.
I mean,
It's-
I don't
you
think
can
I would
if you
know.
want, but
I just, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think
so-
I would know. Yeah.
Jimmy, you hearing this, you think that all told, gunship plus money, plus the 100,000, is probably getting close to your original quoted price, 2.5.
Okay, so this gunship is 150.
Ish.
Ish,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Depends. I mean, like it's 150 on the lot, but they've been driving around.
Yeah,
For a while,
yeah,
like
yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, just Kelly,
So I would have to
Kelly
see
Blue
it.
Book. We're not sure.
What year? I'll ask him what year is it.
What year is it?
I'm gonna start asking like car
yeah.
questions. Like,
Well, what year is it?
Can you send us
how
the
many
ship
miles?
facts?
you have. Where's the maintenance log?
You can take an inspection of the ship upon when they arrive. I don't know. I can't pull this up here. I
Okay,
think
well-
we
The
do it.
unlickable one. What does it do?
How am I supposed to know?
Here.
It's not my tech.
You know what the rest of them do?
Yeah, but that one's special. It's strange.
Okay,
I've never seen something like that
50,000
before.
and we keep it.
No.
50.
100,000 and the ship. And then they get to negotiate us down and we get a better price at the end of it.
He's negotiating to keep the unlickable one.
Oh, I misunderstood.
yeah.
Sorry. I thought you were lowballing us.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Snowballing them. Granted, I do have a particular attachment to the blue one.
I know.
75 and the ship and the ammunition and fuel currently in the ship, and we take the unlickable one.
And we keep the blue one.
70. And you keep the blue one.
That deal, but you take a rain check ticket to take my esteemed little furry friend here out for a little science trip.
On this ship?
Well, what he'll pick it. He'll let you know.
A little science trip.
Look, I think negotiating
I love that you gave me
a
the
group
blue.
vacation can come later. I do apologize for the manner of our meeting,
Ask for a number.
and I would enjoy
Really like your number.
I would enjoy if we could have good relations with Ouroboros in the future. I think this sounds like a good deal to me.
2, 3, 6.
Yep, 70,000 the ship, and we keep the blue pod. I can do that
Gas and ammunition.
Good with gas and ammunition.
with gas and ammunition, and a railgun.
And Jimmy says, on the condition that the vehicle is in good working order.
It is flying
Shit.
to you right now.
Well, that doesn't
So-
necessarily mean it's in good working order.
It has not seen combat.
Okay, well, let's
Still
just
could
say
be a
then,
lemon. Just
then
saying.
there's no problem.
That's a 9 negotiate roll on my
Yeah.
order there.
So you're saying 70. And
Blue.
you keep in the blue.
And we end the ship.
And the ship.
Ship.
And
He
the-
gets a science tour.
Yeah.
A science date.
We can talk about the science tour later. Niru, arrange it. They will be meeting.
You should ask for a jacket.
Give me
Don't
a
do
jacket.
that.
I want a
I
jacket.
want his jacket.
No!
His jacket.
I shouldn't have said that. No! I want a jacket. It doesn't have to be his jacket. I just want
Buy
another
one
jacket.
with the 70.
Yeah.
Niru, arrange it. They'll be approaching the east side of the station. They won't be docking. Yes, Tig. I'll get right on that. He seems kind of disappointed in some way.
Vibe check.
Why?
Vibe
Why?
check.
Why?
Vibe
Vibe.
check, yeah.
Vibe check,
Why?
everyone,
Yeah.
quick!
Everyone, quick checks. Oh, that's
Max.
plus
wow.
10.
Nice.
Okay, plus 10.
What do I get for my vibe check besides my roll?
Son of a gun, blue collar.
11.
Any of scientific prodigy,
Timely insight.
mid-level. I'm taking that.
Mid-level
Timely
manager you can take.
Okay, and encyclopedic knowledge.
No encyclopedic knowledge. Yeah.
Timely insight, mid-level
This
manager, ingenious, which is total 12.
12.
9.
9.
10.
Alright, so you all you're trying to like discern why he seems disappointed.
Do you want to come with us?
No. No.
You want to join our pirate crew?
No.
You want to sleep over with us in the captain's quarters?
He
I got some blues.
just stands up and he kind of shuffles towards the back where the door is. He's like, "Well, come on, we need to go." Who was the highest? You were 12.
Mm-hmm.
I was 12.
So he was 12. Yeah.
We were
and
both
12.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So both of you recognize, and well, I guess all of you recognize because you're only at 9, so the delta is not very large. You realize that like he's sad because he feels like he just took part in an arms deal. Like he's a scientist. He doesn't want to be dealing arms, and he doesn't want to be selling gunships to mercenaries.
He just wants to be drugging up people in his basement.
Hey, he has different values, okay?
I do
He was
not feel
perfectly
bad.
happy with his drugged up people in his basement.
He and I are the same, alright? We're not so different.
But yeah, he just like he thought that this was going to be a little more dignified than haggling over a gunship. Like
Well,
it was thought we were
This
said-
man
he
does
said
not have any
500,000.
dignity.
he did. He was hoping that it was true. He was hoping
Yeah.
that they would just like buy you out and like do it on the up and up and like because he has some sense of what this is actually worth and
Yeah.
like
They
he's-
kind of let him down. too.
yeah he's kind of like disappointed in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm sure
we're not. We got a gunship.
I'm sure we probably could have squeezed a little more money out of that, but we got a gunship.
we're in a good
And
place.
also there was hopefully no violence. I mean, maybe it's possible that this.
Obviously, this
Yeah.
is about to go
Horribly wrong.
pear-shaped, but
Yeah. but at least
You don't know me.
Yo, no.
You get
The
the
good
ship and you
news,
fly off into the
we're at
sky.
least
Yeah, it's
Sunset.
fine.
You live a wonderful life.
the difference.
Next
is
episode.
a crazy. Difference is a crazy like heist to get this guy out of prison. So this is definitely for the same price plus a gunship, still way better for us.
Yeah.
On the same sort of insightiness.
Yeah.
Her saying, we'll meet on the west side or whatever. East side.
Yeah.
Do I get any sense of a setup?
Uh,
Just from the way that she is
It
behaving.
is. It's. I mean, she is specifically not indicating one of the 4 docks,
Yeah.
and so she's saying, "Walk up to the edge of the station, and we'll show up."
Okay.
And that's weird. But you're also doing an arms deal.
That's true.
So
Yeah, I figured that.
however you would interpret those multiple signals.
So in our experience of how this world works, when we are given 70,000 coin,
Yeah.
what is that going to look like? Is it digital? Is it like bags of physical money?
It's
Like-
going to be cash.
Okay.
Especially in this
for
context.
this deal.
Yeah,
Dollar
because
bill.
like for all the same reasons you would buy a U.S. military tank in cash, because you don't want the IRS looking at it, and you don't want people knowing you bought a tank or sold a tank for that matter.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right, so we're going to have physical items on our person that could be, blown away into the wind or shot at or
Or in
stolen
your
from
new
us,
ship.
or
Could
in
go
our
into
ship.
the papoose.
could go into the
Alright.
$70,000 in the papoose.
That makes some hella armor.
So-
We just gotta get a little baby hat and like put it over the top. So,
So
it's
I'll-
like, he's sleeping.
I'm gonna follow along with Nuru as he
Yeah.
goes wherever he's going to set it up,
Mm-hmm.
and just say, "All right, here's how I would like this to go. Your ship,
Mm-hmm.
people, dock wherever we're docking. Everyone exits the ship, except those with the goods. We enter the ship with them. There is a trade-off, and they leave the ship."
I think you may have misunderstood how this is going to go. You have courted God. He gets to decide how it goes.
It seems to me we still have the goods, and you want them, and we still have you.
And they're driving in on a light gunship.
I'm holding a light gunship.
Maybe. Maybe it's a cafeteria.
Look, this doesn't have to be adversarial.
No, I'm not saying it's...
That is simply the way that I would like this to go.
You misunderstand me. I'm not being your adversary. I just have no say in how this goes.
Relay my desires, if you would, to those who do.
I can try, but there is a way that they do this. The acquisitions team is problematic, and they're going to acquire what they've been sent to acquire.
Yes, and I have no problem with that as long as I get what I've been sent to acquire, and you're not giving me very much confidence that I will indeed receive it.
You're the one who got the acquisitions team involved, man.
Would you care to perhaps share more information with us about why this is going to be difficult?
The acquisitions team of Ouroboros are zealots. They believe that what they're doing is in some way ordained. And they're going to...
Cult.
Cult. And so if you stand in their way, I don't even know that I matter to them.
We're not planning on standing in their way. We're just trying to make sure that we don't get stabbed in the back.
They're not here to stab you in the back.
Are
Okay,
they
well,
honest? They're honest.
They don't
They
know.
are
And
straightforward.
do they obey the orders
I like
of
that.
the woman we just spoke to?
Tig? Kind of. They actually report a couple ranks up, but since she put in the order, it will go up the chain and then come back down the chain from someone they adhere
So they will
to.
be commanded to give us the price that we have requested.
Yes.
Including their ship.
Yes.
Yes?
How are they going to leave when we take their ship?
I imagine they'll commandeer my ship. Thank you for that, by the way.
You're welcome.
You can stay here for a while. You got your nice little setup in the basement.
Yeah.
So it sounds like all you're really asking for, Korn, is that the transfer happen on the ship,
Yes.
right? We get on the ship, The transfer happens, they leave the ship. That's
And
all we want.
And we're not on the ship with 24 zealots, as you call them,
Well,
all at once.
I guess we'll see how it goes.
I guess we will.
You know,
Never really liked zealots that much.
for a corporate cultist, you're not so bad.
We're not cultists.
Okay.
It's starting to sound like it just a little bit.
Any man who has to say, I'm not a cultist, is probably a cultist.
Cultist. Yeah.
I have heard that one before.
All right.
Protest too much.
Let's go stay alive for the next few hours.
All right, so he
Let's go rescue the pirate king.
yeah,
Double
there's
payout.
yeah. Do you want to go
No.
spend this time rescuing the pirate
No.
king?
That would be a very stupid decision, I
Yeah.
think.
So
He's on his own.
Sugar figure getting itchy, y'all.
yeah. So you
Wanna
guys
Should we have him buy us lunch since we're hungry?
Actually,
you took all
Let's
his
buy
money.
him lunch with his
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
I like that.
You know, yeah,
That's
let's, you know,
I forgot
for
we
a
kept
corporate
it.
cultist, you're
Yeah.
not so bad. I'll buy you lunch.
All
Yeah,
right,
there
so
we
he
go.
like as you
With
get to
his
do you want to
money.
actually eat lunch for a
Yes.
while?
Yeah.
Sure. So like as he gets to eat and he actually starts to talk a little more, he
Yeah.
kind of gets over a little bit of the thing. He's like, no, you don't understand.
Is there shawarma?
Yeah, no, that's actually that's like what
Yeah,
I was envisioning.
definitely.
So, he has like this kind of like, you know,
course
actually,
you are.
we're not cultists. You see, we're idealists. We have a way of thinking about the world that is just different, and yeah, it means that our values look a little different.
Idealist.
But we don't believe in any sort of centralized theology or some deity or anything like that. We're not a cult. You can leave. No one ever does.
I'd always been fascinated with the technology and its unfathomable nature. It seems a bit outside of my
Unlickable nature.
area of
Unlickable
expertise for the most part, but to see you working with biological specimens is actually quite interesting.
Well, see, that's the thing, that our technology isn't based on like, it's not even the PDGs. That's not the technology. The technology is the way of thinking about the world. That's the technology. In like the most traditional sense, like how making fire was once technology. It's not like a physical fire was the technology, it's the way to make it. And so when we see that someone is retooling our tech to build a railgun in seconds, like that means that someone has understood it without us teaching them, which means that someone has independently reinvented fire.
So the cult is spreading.
It's not a cult, but it is spreading.
Perhaps these interlopers are a cult.
I wouldn't call them interlopers.
Do you think your boss would?
I don't think so. We don't really mind that other people know how to use the tech. We are wondering what they've found out. Isn't that what all of you wondered?
Oh yeah, of course.
I'd start with who they are and what their goals are and whether they're a threat.
And
Why?
how likely they are to come and try and kill us?
How
That
valuable what they made was.
Well,
Also important.
You know.
well, you see,
MSRP.
PDGs have revolutionized the way that we move through the ether. No one goes anywhere without a PDG. And if we can do the same thing with distropods, do you have any idea what that could do to like the wealth disparities that we see in the world? You could make actual functional infrastructure in seconds. I mean, distropods are like good for bunkhouses and stuff right now, but not like real city building. And so if they found a way to make a railgun, I mean, it's a relatively simple mechanism, but it does require like some basic circuitry, especially if it's got like any sort of like automated like targeting mechanism. No, I don't mean like a targeting computer. I mean just some way to move the seat and the barrel like on pistons. It has to be digital somehow. It wasn't mechanical, and so that means that they found a way to pack digital stuff inside of a distropod, which is just it's mind blowing. And that means that we could put supercomputers in these.
Price just went up. I'm kidding. I don't say that. I don't say
So
that.
not only have they commandeered your technology, they've surpassed your technology in ways that you don't understand.
They haven't done either. they've grown it. And that's all we ever wanted it to do.
Surpassing what you had done previously.
Surpassing has this really terrible note of competition.
This guy loves arguing over semantics.
He should play.
Corpses.
Hey! Wow. Plug.
Come play Fools and Corpses.
Not
it's
a
not a
plug.
cult.
It's not a cult. No, that one's a cult.
Nah.
I am starting to think perhaps our price was a bit low. But
Well, there's the price of like what you think you can get from someone, and then the value that you think you can drive from it. And you see, like what's going on here, and what I was partially disappointed with from our little exchange is that what we're engaging in is a form of gambling. It's speculation. We don't actually know what these things do. We are thinking that they involve Ouroboros tech based on some good hints, and we think we can get certain things out of them. But we don't know any of that.
And we needed to settle on a price and do it quickly.
Immediately.
yes,
immediately
I'm
today.
not saying I'm
Yeah.
disappointed with our arrangement unless it goes south.
We wanted to settle on a price where they would pay and not turn up and shoot us because we asked for too much.
And 70,000 is 17.5K for each of us. How is that, like, how much money is that? Is that about as much
That
as...
is $17.5K dollars, like American USD
Okay.
style. Yeah.
17,500 burritos.
Yeah.
One semester of college tuition.
Wow. Yeah.
All right.
It's about that affordable housing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a ship. A gunship.
Yes, I
And it
wish
goes through.
you and those tempering with this technology the greatest luck in solving income disparity. But my concern was with who has it, because they are not solving income disparity, they are creating weapons.
I'm
is
concerned
why-
with my income disparity.
I mean, if they aren't signed on with Ouroboros, then there aren't a lot of places for someone who wants to experiment with these kinds of things to like get the resources and capacity to do so.
So what's going down at VAC enforcement specifically?
We don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, that the person who's doing this work, if it is what we think it is, then it's very good work, and that means that they are probably after something a little higher minded than just military tech.
Universal domination?
Not if they've understood the technology.
Well, then yes, probably universal domination.
Forgive me if I don't share your idealism, was it? In any case,
Let's flip the hair.
none of this is material to the circumstances, and I think we're, Checks watch.
Checks both
Are
watches.
you going to eat that?
Oh, no, you're good. Go for it.
Getting close to our rendezvous time.
Well, all right, we should head over. I understand that we're all a little nervous. Let me do the introductions. It's probably gonna work better that way.
Connie, flip the blue one and I do the, you ever seen the rifleman growing up? You know, like they'll do the rifle twirl off of the lever on it and spin the thing around.
We're in public.
Connie, you want me on Overwatch?
Could be for the best.
Unless you need to fly away, I'd like to be in the ship.
Are you twirling the blue distropod?
I pull it out of the jacket and push it back in and then twirl the gun. Like, hey.
Okay. Alright.
I'm going to hold on to mine.
We will all need to be on the ship at the time of the deal.
Yes.
So
That is the, I think, singular,
perhaps
most
we
important condition that we are not going to compromise.
perhaps we remain together.
Do we need to buy ammo?
Not significantly.
Okay.
No, not right now. You're good. All right, so you all
I
head
will
down.
clean the guns again.
Okay,
while we're
yeah,
eating,
just like
to give the buff. What's
yeah.
the buff we all got last
I
time?
think it's just +1. Clean guns.
Okay.
Are you doing that for everybody?
Nice clean
Yes.
guns. Yeah.
Okay.
Do I get that for my fists?
You don't.
Damn.
Because you'd have to disassemble them, and then your
Yeah.
hands would be unfunctional. That's a word, right?
No.
Okay.
Non-functional.
So you guys head over to, like, he leads the way. He seems to know where he's going somehow.
Oh,
and he,
that's not weird.
and he leads the way to, like, through the winding, like, chaotic, loud, like, streets of Tupple Station to the edge. It just kind of ends, right? Like you walk out and the people get thinner and thinner and thinner until it's just, like, a couple of vagrants, and then you just walk out onto this big metal platform with no barrier on the end. and like the city rises up behind you, and you see the huge expanse of the
That's
ether
cool.
in front of you. It's like the big sunset
Awesome.
all the time, and you look out on it, and like the wind is blowing a little bit, but not enough to push anyone off of anything, and
You overestimate my power.
I like how that was said with the same inflection of you underestimate
Yes.
my power.
Yes.
Corn, get in the
This
papoose.
is getting- So you all head out, and okay, are you on Overwatch, or are you sticking with the group?
You said stay together,
Yeah.
get in the ship.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody's just like walking as a crew. Got the big old hero shot, right? Right.
Hero's debatable, but
Okay,
I mean-
big old anti-hero shot.
there you go.
Yeah. At best.
Yeah. So
And you know the
just
great thing is,
anti.
we are, I mean, I guess this whole deal is black market-ish, but like, we're not stealing this ship.
Yeah.
You know? We're
Yeah,
not
we're-
even pirates, we just have a ship.
We just bought a ship
Yeah,
in
we-
legitimate.
We front-loaded all the crime,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
now we're not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, this is legitimate.
Also,
We're just
we did
selling stuff.
steal them and sell them to the good guys from the bad guys. So
Is that what? we
Possibly.
did? Maybe.
You can choose to see it that way if you want
Yeah.
to.
who are the other good guys then?
I don't think
There are
any.
never
Exactly.
good guys.
So I'm just
in the
saying,
world.
as far as the options we've been given, I feel like we're doing okay.
All right, so you get to the edge, and you're like kind of looking around, and it's a few minutes. You just kind of hanging out, and like Nuru seems to be getting
Double
like
gun
a little nervous. He
gun
says- he like put it down. Like nobody touch any weapons.
I was holding.
Right?
I was holding my shotgun like.
Put
this.
it away.
I preemptively cracked my knuckles.
These
so I
are-
don't-
I swing it back here so it, like I can kind of
Oh, yeah,
push the
yeah.
butt. You know.
That's-
People are
that's
aware
fine.
we're going to an arms deal.
I know, but what don't you understand about Zela?
That I have the blue.
Let's
It doesn't
keep just things.
I would
peaceful.
really like to get out of here without getting shot by either party. So please,
Yes.
just everyone be chill.
It's a party.
keep things peaceful
That's what
until
we'll call it.
necessary.
Chill vibes only,
Yes.
Jenny says menacingly.
All right, so he says, "Okay,
I could preemptively plant the blue and wait for them to.
then you're one
No.
short
No.
to sell."
We're keeping the
We're
blue.
keeping it.
Oh yeah, you're keeping the blue.
Yeah.
That means that you don't have it later.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Don't.
again,
No.
Guns
I'm like
obey
a tweaker.
until-
a tweak for the.
time for violence.
Let's do it.
Blue.
No. So you look out over
You got the
into
juice ready?
into the sunset, and
Got the juice.
Nuru's eyes seem to focus on something way out there. He says, "Yeah, here they come." And you look, and there's nothing there for a second, and then just way off in the distance, you see this very small black dot, and it gets bigger at an alarming rate. And then finally, you can make out its silhouette, and it's got a flat deck. It's got a rounded hull, which doesn't make any sense because why would you need it? And then it's got three
Fancy.
guns on one side and three guns on the other, and it's got the captain's deck or the steering deck up top, and it comes in over you and then
Jimmy
lowers
says,
down.
It's a beaut.
Is it a butte?
It's not bad. It looks like it's seen some wear and tear. You're not sure if she was being honest when she said that it hadn't seen any combat, but it's
Jimmy can
painted.
fix it. So
You see that it's got like
Spray.
spray
paint.
there's like it's painted with this like kind of this dull green color, and then there's this the turquoise Ouroboros symbol, the infinity, is on the side, and in each loop is things that are like obviously look at like artifacts, so it's like the symbol for acquisitions. And it like comes and lowers down, and standing on the deck are a series of like heavily armored guards with like these long guns that you've never seen before in your life. They're very long barrels, and it lowers down. Oh, and they've got like long like almost robe cape things on because
Like a cult.
they're not a cult.
what color are the robe cape?
It's all the same color scheme. It's like this like dark green
Okay.
to them.
Are they wearing white helmets? And
No, but they are just wearing helmets.
okay,
They are wearing
these aren't
helmets, yeah.
stormtroopers.
No.
They
The
might
green
actually hit us
stormtroopers.
with their guns.
And so it lands, and it becomes level with the platform you're on, and someone comes out of the above decks quarters and walks down, and it's another Archie, and they like step forward and step onto the platform of Tupple Station.
Does he look like the other guy's gun and coat and all, or does he look like the captain?
No,
Different?
yeah, he has what you would term probably
Or-
like an
or priest,
admiral
maybe,
or
would be
like a
better.
captain.
Yeah.
Not
Like a
priest,
priest.
no.
Oh.
Like a naval
Do they
captain.
have the
lowers
little
his
shoulder
hood.
pads?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
Does he lower his pointy hood?
He lowers a pointy hood,
There's
and he's
Gregorian
wearing some sort
chanting in
of
the
weird
background.
mask.
Oh, perfect.
He's got a dagger,
Scurvy.
ceremonial
I love the
scurvy
Gregorian
dagger.
chant that the ship just makes that sound
Yeah.
as it flies.
Gross. They're not a cult. Anyway, so yeah, so
We are rewriting your lore.
So he steps onto the station, and he looks around, and he looks up at Nuru, and he says, "Oh wait, give me a second. Recruit Morozov. I hear that there's something that we need to take possession of." Nuru looks at him and he says, "Yes, sir. We have some sort of tech that these fine people are in possession of that we need to, some arrangements have been made. This includes my ship."
That's correct. Yes.
And $70,000.
"And this is approved?" He looks up at Nuru. "Yeah, yes, sir. It's been approved. There's just no way around it, it seems. What about your ship?" "That idea was floated, sir." It seems my ship might be a little out of their price range." "Well, where are the wares?"
We have them right here.
I will produce mine in my hand. My left hand, so I can still...
We agreed to sell 4 such devices, and we have them.
4 devices. All right. He looks over his shoulder, and a soldier comes forward. Their gun across their back, and they're carrying a case. I imagine you'll want cash payment first.
Correct. And I would be most comfortable if your personnel would exit the vessel. We could make the exchange, and then we could enter the vessel.
Exit the vessel. You want my men to come out here?
Or we could go on the vessel and do the transfer.
That would
I
also
would-
be acceptable.
Simply prefer not to share the vessel with all of your men.
And this is before we make the transfer?
That would be preferable, yes.
My associate means no intention of dishonoring your intentions, of course. Just practice of business.
Keeping everybody honest.
I didn't hear anything about relinquishing control of my vessel before payment was rendered.
It is part of the payment.
I understand that.
And we look, your organization has a certain mystique. It's hard for us to know exactly what we're getting ourselves into. I simply want to secure my part of the bargain.
We're not trying to scalp you. We're just trying to not get scalped ourselves.
Make a group persuasion check.
Okay?
Okay,
I'm gonna use...
I got stuff for this, y'all. I got stuff.
What do I... Straight talker?
Yeah.
Thank you for being honest.
Son of a gun.
Yep.
Insensitive?
Sure. Yeah, you get that positive.
Oh!
Because he is obviously emotionally distraught that he is losing command of his
Yeah.
vessel to this 4 random people. But you don't pick up on that, so you just go
So, what do I
to
get?
the wall.
Blue collar here, or no?
Take half of blue collar.
Okay.
So
Straight
can
talker,
I add team tactics?
Son of a gun.
Can I add talk with my fists?
No, you are not intimidating him.
Okay. Can I add combat training as like police background?
No,
Okay.
combat training is for combat.
And I'm subtracting 5 from peaceful negotiations.
Yep, you're gonna have to do that.
Okay, so I'm at a -3 total.
Great,
Sweet.
here we
Okay.
are. See, balancing mechanisms. They're fun.
Yeah. So, did I get some up again? Or
Yes,
is it-
yeah.
Okay, I'm in 9 then.
Great.
Okay.
You get 3, 9.
Arguments for timely insight in terms of like understanding what I need to say to assuage this guy who's clearly uncomfortable. Maybe-
Timely insight is a mechanical thing. It is not, or it's like a scientific thing. It's not about reading social cues.
We've used it for reading social cues.
I mean, insight.
All right, half of it.
Okay, that's the best I really hoped for.
Can I use an energy? How do I?
Yeah.
Clean guns. Plus
I'm gonna
1.
take mid-level manager
Yeah.
and fervent
Sure.
Oh, yes.
as my charisma. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Unless you'll let me get scientific prodigy.
No.
Okay.
9, 18.
The dice
18.
hate me.
Oh,
So
no!
-3. We've got 18 over here total. Yeah.
Plus 5.
Plus 5. So we've got a 23 total minus 3 from you.
20.
Making it 20. 20 is not bad. I will.
Every time. Fine, good dice. Switching.
Yeah, switch them.
I will. We will make the exchange above decks. On the ship. My
Thank you.
men will come off, but my first mate will stay on.
It's reasonable.
Perfect.
Well,
Let's do it.
Recruit Morozov. You stay here. And yeah, I'm staying here. I was born to be on team staying here.
Be on the team, stay in the car.
I want that shirt now.
Oh,
That's
we
hashtag
can't. It's from Bob's Burgers. It's Bob's Burgers. You guys should go watch Bob's Burgers. It's really good.
Dang it.
not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. Although these are all the expressed opinions of Bob's Burgers. we speak for them. We don't do that. I don't know how YouTube works, but we don't do
This
that.
is the part where Elliot's head comes up and talks
And it's
over
like,
this.
actually, we're all gonna get
You can
sued.
see our hands moving in the background while you're just saying stuff.
Anytime we know we're getting out of line and Elliot's head is gonna have to come back, we're all like,
Hey guys. So you guys all head on board. Yeah.
What's the situation with the crew?
The crew starts to file out almost immediately.
So they're exiting the ship.
Yeah, there's like several of them. Let's say 6 people who look like guards or gunners, people who are actual soldiers.
Okay.
Can I
Come
try
out.
to just not like intruding on them or anything, but can I just try to get a peek at these weird guns?
Sure. Yeah.
they are very long rifles, aren't they?
Rolls for so long. All right, not good. Probably
All right.
like a 0.
Okay, so you can determine that they are built for accuracy, but you can also make out that there seems to be the ability to quickly swap out of the long barrel. Yeah.
So I'm inclined not to clog the portal and
Yeah.
just let them come out, and then we'll go on.
I would like to evaluate the ship now that
All
it's
right,
I
close.
want one with the rifles.
So are you going to do that before you get on board or as you get on board?
I'm going to do both.
All right.
I can roll twice.
So yeah, go ahead and roll, and we'll handle that. So anyway, so the guards, like 6 of the guards, come out. A couple of people who look like they were navigators or pilots.
Can I use fix for this?
No.
Okay.
No, fixes the action, not the
Okay, so mechanic
Not the
and son of a
knowledge,
gun, or son of a gun.
mechanic.
I like
blue
son of a gun
collar,
because of gun shit.
No son of a gun.
Gun.
Yeah. As long as you share a word.
Dang it.
So
4.
It's been worn down a little bit. Like
Okay.
it looks like it has seen combat,
But I can fix that.
Yeah, it's not anything like noteworthy that jumps out at you at all.
This is not a
It's-
deal killing.
No, engine's
Observation.
idling fine. Anyway, that, like
There, yeah.
so anyway, so you all end up on the ship, and so that was 6 guards, 2 navigators, and then 3 like crewmen, right? Like they're just part of the crew. They aren't really military, but they all file off, and so that leaves the captain gets back on his boat, and the first mate is there. The first mate is a human. Nondescripto.
Does he have a long
Can that be his name?
No. He's not carrying he's carrying a sidearm. That's it.
I assume one of the 2 that is on the ship now with us
Yeah.
has our money.
Yes,
what
the
is-
money was left on the boat. Yeah.
Okay.
They took it back on the boat and then left. So all right, so they all come together and they're standing in front of you, just the captain and the first mate, and they're looking like kind of deadpan at you specifically because like they've identified you as the guy who does the thing.
Should I hold it over, boss, and count the money?
Yeah. So we have the chest of money in front of us, and they are looking at us expectantly. All right.
I would like to take the money and
Well, let's
Produce the
open the
items.
money
Open
first.
the money.
Shall we exchange?
The first mate reaches down, picks up the case, and opens it, and it is just like in the movies. It's like just rows and rows and rows of bundled bills.
Flip through it.
You're going to count the money?
Maybe count like a row of it and then extrapolate.
I'm just looking that it's
Why
all real.
don't we begin the exchange by us inspecting some of the cash to ensure its validity,
Cashness.
and
Okay.
you inspecting this.
He reaches over and takes it. I don't know that I am qualified to assess, but if Rakut Morozov says that, and halfway through his sentence, the head of his first mate disappears. And then you hear, and just the sharpest crack, just, and then something ricochets off of the deck, and the first mate falls over.
We should have let them stay on the ship.
Who's the best at piloting ships?
Yeah,
Maybe
probably
me.
probably you. Yeah.
they don't have any things. Does
I-
mechanic help me fly?
No.
Okay.
I would say maybe half of it at best.
So if no one is good at it, I can try and figure it out by
Yeah, I
being
can-
smart.
No, I
But-
think Jimmy should do it.
So I'll just
I'll run.
hit the deck and say, Jimmy, take us out.
So
course.
you're
Are
all
we gonna
scrambling.
give them the
Where
rest
did
of the
this-
stuff,
yeah.
or are we gonna look like we did this?
Can I try to look around and see where the shot came from?
Yes, roll for that. That's a good question. Are you guys holding on to the stuff, or are you guys?
What are they doing? Or what?
So,
I guess the captain's the only one left.
The
on ship right
captain
now.
is his eyes are just wide and he's like caked in blood, and
Hand him over so it doesn't look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, hand him over.
Hand him over. Even I said that.
Take him.
so
I will hand him the unlickable one.
so you he's like just like got all these things in his little
And
archy
hit the
arms.
deck.
Are you? Get off or come with, and I run towards the thing.
It's not ours. Not ours.
And he starts to yell, "Return fire! Return fire!" And like immediately, three of the guards go down on their knees and are start like looking, scanning the city. That's like
Okay.
big on
I'll
the side
do the
there.
same thing.
Okay, I
Yeah,
wouldn't make a
everybody
roll on
else,
that
Right,
and
because
three of the
that's
other
a
ones
rifleman.
start running towards the deck of the ship, and all of
That's
the crew
fine.
members are coming. You're all
they
cool
need
with
cover.
that?
Yeah, I'm cool with
Yeah,
that.
that's
We
fine.
need guns with us right now.
Okay.
And we-
I'll wave everyone on.
we
They're our
need-
new best friends.
We need to very immediately and visibly not show any aggression
Yeah,
towards these
yeah.
guys who are suddenly getting shot at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. They are not our enemy right now.
So I rolled -1.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
adding
I will-
to my
you-
perception
Yeah, go
check.
for yeah.
Can I keep the door open or something?
Oh yeah, no,
Like I'll wave him in or
yeah.
something?
I mean, like you're basically stepped from the platform onto the deck of the ship. There isn't
Okay.
a door. You're just above deck, right?
7.
So you just like, "Ba-tunk,"
Yeah,
and
you're
then
good
you're
to
there.
touch.
So what happens when he takes us out?
And-
You know, is this like getting on the big wheel, or
No, it's like
is-
more of a space thing.
is
There
there-
is like a controls, but there's like it's more sci-fi.
It's just an
Okay.
Xbox
And- but it
controller
is-
with a little thing.
is it above decks, or is it?
No,
in
there's
its
there's
own,
a
like,
there's a house.
navigation?
There's like you know how in a boat sometimes there will be a raised bit at the back.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
That's where the captain's quarters and the
helm?
deck, the helm is
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
helm room. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's got big bay windows in the front, like big bulletproof bay windows
Okay.
that are like
As a gunfighter and a
Yeah.
rifleman
Yeah.
specialist, I also want to attempt the where did that come from
yes,
roll.
yeah.
And I'm going to argue for taking some of the ranks of my long gun as my name preferred weapon, as like I use this stuff all the time. I know its range and accuracy capabilities.
All right, I will. Don't add that as a number, but I will keep it in mind in the description.
But don't add the number.
Yeah, don't add the number. Yeah.
Okay.
I probably rolled like a 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's a 17. Boss.
17, yeah. So you're looking up,
Good
and
thing I
like,
switched them.
immediately you turn and you hit the button on your new fancy visor. That's and you like start
Yes.
scanning the city, and I mean like it's several layers of like
It's
densely
bad,
packed buildings, and there's a ton of things that are windows or could be windows or just chinks in the walls or whatever. And so you're like, oh, this is a sniper's dream right now, right? So like, who knows where this shot came from? But you also notice that the other 3 guards, the ones that are down on their knees and are looking up at the place, you notice how their barrels are pointing, and they seem to be grouping up in a certain place. So you look over there and you see a bit of a glint, right?
Do they have it right? Or do I need to direct them?
They where they seem to be pointing looks like something could be happening there.
Okay.
But at that range, your rifleman background tells you that, like, oh no, this is not someone using a carbine and being really good at it.
No.
This is someone who's camped out with a high-powered rifle.
Yeah.
Like this is like a
No point in
sniper
returning
rifle.
fire.
Yeah,
This is
like
not-
here.
How did they know we were gonna be here?
Good question.
We're gonna keep playing.
I'm just raising
yeah.
that
It does.
for everyone.
It does.
I'm gonna
seem-
yell out then, like, I'm gonna
Take
make
cover.
the assessment, fall down under the ship,
Yeah.
and yell to them. It's like, it's too far, get on the ship, like, take cover.
So
Your guns won't reach them.
So they start to return fire. Like
Yeah.
there's they have like their long rifles on.
Yeah. 20 innocent
and-
people die in
yeah.
the city.
Also, if
There's
there's-
Alots, they don't care. All right, so they don't make anyway.
Also, I don't know that they would have done this if it was just one guy who could maybe shoot one person in the head and then boop boop. So I think we need to go now,
Yep.
immediately.
I'm
Let's
le-
go.
I will run in there, and if someone else runs up next to me and help fly
come
it,
with you.
then I'm like,
I'm there.
Go for it.
yeah,
It's
like we'll
yeah,
do it
like
together.
one of the pilots comes up and he like comes up to the seat next to you and he's like, you know how to fly one of these things?
Let's do it.
All right.
What a great answer! Yeah!
And so the ship he immediately does like a maneuver he knows where he
Did they all come back on the ship with us?
they're all on the
Okay,
ship. And so he
What about recruit?
what recruit?
Recruit
Recruit
stay where they
Morozov. Nuru Morozov, yeah, he jumped on as well.
Oh,
yeah, so
he
he's
didn't
like-
stay in the
yeah.
I bet you $17,500 he is the traitor.
So
Should
the
we
ship
throw him off the ship?
like immediately the pilot tilts the ship like this and the deck is over here. And so he's like creating cover with the bottom part of the ship.
Okay.
He's like creating a hill out of nothing. And he like lets it drop below grade almost immediately. And as it's dropping, you're wondering what happens to the other 3 gunners who are still up there, and it's dropping and like they don't even bat an eye. They like start to move backwards in like a SWAT formation. And the ship drops just far enough that they jump backwards, all 3 of them just onto the deck. Just and
Radical.
like they all have not broken line of sight on the window as they come down. They're
Wow.
Have we heard any more shots other than their volley and the one that disappeared the guy's head?
not yet.
Okay.
Do you want to
Um,
medic check this poor soul? Just to like, I'm
Hold
trying
on,
to
hold on,
help.
Jack.
I'll just run over and go and like do something and go, he's gone.
He's gone!
He's gone, Jim.
He's dead.
Oh
Jim.
really?
Yeah.
He's dead, Jim.
Yep,
Do
there
it.
you go.
So the ship starts to peel away, like lift up, and the captain is like yelling at all of you, and he seems incensed. He's at your throat. He's like, "What did you do? How did they know we would be here?"
We didn't do anything. It's not one of ours.
There's only one of us that could have known.
Yeah, what did you do?
What did I do?
I'm looking at Newman.
My man just died.
I'm gonna look at Newman.
Newman.
Yeah.
The only
He's
one
like,
who's-
whoa. You guys busted into my place. I was handcuffed the whole time.
Did your fortune teller know where we were going?
What?
Why did
My fortune teller? She lives in an opium den. She's not mine.
Well, you lived there too, sir.
This is ridiculous. Captain, what are you going to let them accuse me like this? And he, like, the captain seems to be, like, looking him up and down, like, pretty hard. And he says,
I'm gonna grab him.
stand down. Nuru, you will be confined to quarters until we get this sorted out. And Nuru's, like, eyes go wide, and 2 of the crewmen come up behind him and just, like, pick him up, and he's, like, kind of kicking, and they haul him off somewhere below deck.
I'd like to follow.
Go ahead, yes. Yeah.
Connie, binoculars. Real quick, come on. Rangefinder.
just to look for the guy, or
Yeah, let's see if we can identify.
are we
him.
like?
Yeah.
We're in space.
Out?
So you're
This
you're
is the
like
one chance we get to
you're
use
like
this
lifting
item.
off, and there's
Make it
enough
really
time
good.
to look. You're like about to be above grade again.
Okay.
So
So I'll just try and get a zoom shot
Yeah,
of that
yeah,
window
yeah.
as,
Zoom in
as
real
well as I
goodly.
can.
real goodly.
A lot, mucher.
-4.
Roll it again.
Roll it again
And those are
until you get it right.
Roll it until it's plus
so
11.
those are a 2 ingenious pinpoint precision.
Sure.
Perfect, yeah.
Okay. And timely insight.
No,
Damn it.
obviously not.
Obviously,
You don't
not.
get to put timely insight on like all non-physical
Anytime I
actions.
look at anything. Yeah. Okay.
Anytime
Fine.
I do anything.
All right. So ingenious pinpoint precision.
Yeah.
Binoculars.
Yeah. Binoculars are 2, I think.
3.
3 total.
Yes.
You cannot make out any more than you saw initially.
Okay.
I think you
Um,
should take the binoculars back. You are the best at looking.
Am I though?
You have the helmet too, though.
Yeah.
Can you
You
double up?
probably can't reasonably
Probably cannot reasonably.
put the
No.
visor onto the.
So the
That
ship
would look
rises
hilarious,
up,
though.
and there's another shot that rings out from the.
It's like
The
wearing
cityscape.
Do I think that the
sunglasses over
rifles
your
they are
glasses.
carrying would have significantly more range than mine does?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Captain. Hey, Arky, Captain.
Yes.
You got another one of those things? Come on.
Lieutenant. And he like makes a movement, and the guy like takes his weapon off and like just hands it to you.
Yeah, boy.
Look
Yeah.
at you using your words.
He didn't
The
even
rest
make
of
me
them
roll,
are all like
unfortunately.
kneeling on the side of the deck, looking over the prow, and they are taking fire down. But this shot has gone out, and one of the other soldiers, one of the 6 gunmen, he like flies backwards and hits the deck, and like his shoulder seems like half gone.
How
Like,
are we going off into space with a crew full of trained military people and getting decimated by?
Because they have a high-powered sniper rifle with an effective range of like 2 miles. And we
Okay.
don't.
I need stats
I-
for my Requisitor
would-
rifle.
I would like to push.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a 4. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would like to
You're not
push us
keeping it. He's not letting you keep it.
to go kind
That's
of
what you think.
sideways, like towards it. Like not like we're gonna attack them, but
Yeah.
like the range is just changing. So right now, if we're staying at the same range,
Yeah.
it's just like, oh look, we're moving around.
Yeah, yeah.
Like sitting ducks. So if we like kind of go towards the city,
Okay.
Maybe
you don't
we
want to
could-
go away from the city.
well, if we're saying 2 miles,
The ship can go pretty fast.
okay, sure, we'll do that.
And we got a range pretty quick.
I'll push out then.
It is a spaceship.
Yeah. So I mean, the other pilot is definitely like,
Yeah.
He's like, let's go, guys.
Okay, cool.
So yeah.
Serpentine.
Yeah.
Serpentine.
So you start to lift off and away.
Do I know where I
and,
want us to go?
No
Like
one
it's-
is thinking about where you're going.
Okay.
It's just getting away.
Got it.
And so another one of the guys goes down. You take a shot, and they all take the.
Yeah,
other
am I
soldier.
able to even see what I'm shooting at though? Because I'm not gonna pull the trigger without a
miss.
target.
So you see, you like get the scope on this thing, and you like flip up your visor because you can't use both at the same time, and you scope down on where it is, and you see the barrel of a heavy rifle sticking out of that space.
Yes.
And the ship, as you turn the ship, you're able to get a different angle on it, and then peering through the scope, and the barrel comes up and looks at you, and it's Isabel von der Ter,
Yeah.
and she has this gun pointed right at you.
You know what our problem was? Is we had to
Jax.
deal without Jax.
Jax is the
we
problem.
should have included him in the deal to
I
prevent
don't
this
know.
from
This,
happening.
I don't think that would have helped.
I don't know if we had that option. You know, I mean,
We
we
did.
could have like really
We did.
tried to get him in early, but we also
He got off the planet. That's
we
what
were
I'm
still
saying.
wiping the slime off of ourselves from the last time
I
we
know.
encountered him.
I think we still got some.
Anyway,
So-
you got a gun pointed at
Yeah,
you.
you're gonna. What are you doing?
Shooter!
You
I
shoot me,
mean,
you
I
ducking.
think it's pretty pointless
Are
at
you
this
there?
point.
I'm on deck, but I am
I would have to roll this one to
Not
make it
looking.
do anything.
Well, I was
Probably,
just wondering
yeah.
if
it doesn't matter.
Jeez.
I mean, you
Take the
could
shot.
still hit her. You
But,
just
like,
wouldn't kill her all
why?
at once.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
because if
why?
you hit her
I feel like it's
ostensibly, she stops
too
shooting.
fast.
We should have disabled that surveillance system before we left.
Maybe.
Oh, they have their own.
It's true.
Another
We just jacked
thing-
into a different part of it.
So I'd say you're right there.
Oh, the oversized.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So, are you
Dang.
shooting or not?
Yeah, I'll shoot.
All right.
I just have to. I don't have that stuff written down, so I'm just trying to like, you know.
I mean, doing a flat shot with that, if you hit, like,
Yeah,
it does
I
18 damage. Like,
yeah.
it's not nothing. Like,
Yeah. So base is 10, and what is my good old shoot mod? What was that? Oh, that's for multiple.
Confirm
is
which
not
one is your
juice.
high dice.
Yes. Well, that we find out which one's high when it.
When you roll it.
Duh.
It's just-
Okay. So 12 plus 5, is that right? I forget. Sure. What were these for? These notes. I'm just gonna have to add it up again. I'm sorry. 6.
So while he's adding that up, the captain is scrambling around, and the men are also scrambling around. It looks like there are people going below decks to arm the guns, which means that you have like 3 heavy machine guns leveled at the side of a city.
Which
So that's
is,
one way to handle it.
if we get closer, well, no, let's just get out.
Let's just get out of here.
And then, so you
Don't
go
need
below
these
decks to
heavy
where...
I'm just
where-
following the guards who are
Yeah.
taking Nuru away.
So they take Nuru down through the galley, and then there's another staircase.
That's a good shot.
So you go down the
boy.
stairs into the galley, and then there's a switchback that goes down into the... There's like a narrow walkway that goes into the gun ports. And so there's 6 gun ports, and then at the end is a small... It's like an armored door, and they just like hit a button and it opens, and they throw him in there and they close it, and that's the brig. It's like a 1-cell brig right at the end of the front of the ship there. So yeah, they just throw him in there, and then like they go about their business. So he's in there. Yeah.
They didn't pat him down or anything.
No, they just threw him in.
I'm gonna go in too.
Oh, okay. So you like.
I
hit the
don't want
button
him to
again.
like turn into Jax and then disappear in a puff of smoke or anything, you know.
As if you could stop him.
If it does happen, I want to know.
Yeah,
You know.
fair.
Also, I'm useless with guns, so.
I'm not quite sure what the effective range. Pistol's pretty close. My carbine's like a military rifle, has a longer range. This thing I think is longer still.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't worry
This-
about it. I'm handling that.
That
Don't worry
is
about
way,
it.
way far away though. But I think a 26 might cover it.
So you rolled a 26.
Yeah.
Okay.
He almost
so
crit.
so
Or
base.
That's a crit.
The
No,
never
12
mind.
minus
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
So the base DC is a 10, and you rolled a 26. I would say that the added range might even add another 10 on there, but you
Yep.
rolled a 26, and
Yep.
she has a decent amount of cover. Might add 5, but you rolled a 26. So,
like,
so you look up and
It's
all
like a
right. So
rifle.
because this is such a good shot with such a crazy weapon, do you want to hit her or do you want to hit her gun?
It goes into her scope.
Okay. So you want to like go through her head.
Well, I mean, I don't think it. I think that destroys the scope, so she can't
Yeah.
see us to shoot more, and you just get impact, like blunt force impact.
Sure, yeah.
It doesn't kill her. It doesn't go
Nasty
all the way
black
through.
eye.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
so
horrible
Really?
black eye.
Really embarrassing black eye.
So
Like
she like
cracked.
her head whips
cheekbone.
back and like you see blood like splatter and the barrel of the gun like tips up like crazy and like kind of falls back into the space where she's in.
Yeah.
And so like that's something significant has happened there.
I holster.
So here we go.
Yeah.
The lieutenant is standing next to you.
I point to the 3 people who fired 4 times and made nothing happen.
I will be getting my gun back, he says, and then he goes about his
Do
business.
you not have an armory? Come on, come on.
So
Come on.
Achievement, Elizabeth Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
So
name this?
so you go into the brig there, and he's like kind of disoriented, and he like looks up and he kind of scrambles away a bit. And he's, whoa! What do you want? Look, it wasn't me. I haven't had a moment alone since you saw me.
I'm gonna just pat him down again, just to make sure there's nothing like.
Here, and he takes his comm out of his ear and like throws it, and he reaches into his pockets and just empties them, and it's just just random stuff, and and none of it's important, and he takes off his jacket and throws it.
Oh,
Like,
thanks.
What?
Hey, Samwise.
Yeah.
Samson. Sorry.
Close enough.
Takes off his watch and he's like,
Ooh, thanks.
Look, it wasn't me, all right?
Yeah.
I don't know how they know where we are, but it wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, I mean, I already vibe checked this guy and utterly failed, so I don't think you did it. But also, here's the thing: we know this guy his name is Jax. His last name is that rat bastard, and he does a lot of weird stuff. And I just wanted to make sure that you're not like him in disguise or anything. So I'm just keeping eyes on you.
Look,
I'm not going to beat you up unless I have a reason to beat you up. That's
I'm
my
not.
job.
I don't want to be out on decks. People are dying up there,
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
just leave me down here. It's fine. And he
Born
like,
to stay in the car.
yeah, born. He's just a scientist. He doesn't want to do it.
The scientists are the ones who destroy the
Sits
world,
down,
man.
like,
Team.
nope. Team nope. All right. So as you guys like make your way away from the city, everyone's like kind of calming down, and they're like getting some medical attention for the guy's shoulder, and people are kind of scrambling for a place
Is there
to
a
land.
bullet hole
Yeah.
in the shoulder?
I mean, his shoulder is essentially gone.
Oh, I'll get in there with my med kit.
All right, go for it.
Look at us.
I
We're
was like,
such
I can do
nice
surgery.
Wow,
pirates.
we gotta do something bad soon.
I should
should,
become pirates.
We bought a ship. I mean, what's that about?
Yeah, what the hell?
Where's the lieutenant? I'm gonna shoot him.
So that's a 7 on the
With
dice.
his own gun. It's gotta be worth something.
Yeah. Can I get an achievement out of that? Hey, can I power level on these guys?
I mean, if you took the ship by force by now, I mean, you guys would get some achievements out of it. It's just a really bad idea.
Anything for writing the vitals to stop him bleeding.
No, I mean,
You could make him bleed more.
both vitals and all surrounding tissue are gone.
16.
All right. So you're able to, like, between him and some of the crewmen, like, you pack it full of gauze and stuff, and you, like, just kind of strap it on there, but from what you saw, like, most of the ligature is gone, and so you wouldn't be surprised if he just loses the arm.
Needs
or,
to have
like,
it reconstructed.
or,
somehow.
or, like, you need to put
Robot
that
shoulder.
arm on ice.
Yeah.
Robot shoulder.
I
I
like,
show off
yeah.
my knuckles.
I don't fully understand how my Medigel works, but could it do something to like help save the limb or something if I jam him?
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
I'll do it.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
Altruistic
That's
of
a resource
you.
that we shouldn't use on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
We
I was
also
hoping to leave a good impression.
Yeah.
So you
you can go on that date later.
And I'm
Yeah.
not that bad of a person.
Man, that's what all the bad people say. So you,
Yeah, so-
Did they believe it?
It's right up there with it's not a cult.
yeah. All right. The captain comes
great.
out
He
and
hasn't
is
shot us
wiping
yet.
his face with
With his first hand's
handkerchief.
blood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like wiping his face off, and he looks at all of you. You're still below decks, or have you come up?
I've come up.
All right. So he's looking at all of you. Well, we need to find some place to sit down. Or to set down. I'm going to get on comms and see if we have a good landing zone to relinquish the ship. But I don't. Does anyone know what just happened?
Did you see anything? I couldn't get a view with the binoculars.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to teach you how to use those. Did you try zooming in?
Too much. You know, I got a cloud and then I couldn't find it.
Got a cloud.
Cloud!
Didn't
Just like
work
a
out.
fly in the way.
Captain, I'm a little less convinced after that rather fine shot I just took on one of them betraying us. That was, pretty sure that was Isabel von der Terre.
Who?
I wouldn't have been surprised if she was able to locate such a deal on her own. It was just, been a problem. You've heard of her.
A mercenary.
I can't say that I have.
Some clout.
Right.
Oh.
Not like us, but you know.
We don't know who hired her or who she's working for, but she also wants the distropods. That's really all.
But
we know.
remember, we, putting them back in the hands they belong. She probably wants to go do bad violence with them.
I see.
Not like us.
Is there any reason to believe that she would have any sort of compatriots, or that this would not be her last attempt to retrieve
Yes,
these?
she is relentless, and she hires mystical beings to help her with her.
Mystical beings. And
I
I'm the cultist.
Her resources are quite hefty. She can afford additional
she has
help.
great tracts of land.
She prefers to work alone, it seems, or at least with a small crew.
She is well endowed with assets.
with power.
And you can bet if these are what she's looking for, she will try again.
How soon?
She's not a nice lady.
I'm gathering that.
Just after all of that, she is not a nice lady.
Difficult to say.
Yeah, to be clear, we've never spoken to her. We've fought her once. She almost defeated all 4 of us. That is the extent of our dealings with her until just now. That's all we know.
Yes, she.
I see. Well, we need to,
Her gun ain't no good no more.
well, that's something, I suppose. But I mean, I imagine we're out of range by now.
And his head gets blown.
Well, like, there is an alarm that you hear from the consoles. There's, like, something goes off.
What is it? What does it tell me?
Go find that story.
The co-pilot, like, flips something over and he says, oh, proximity sensors are going off. Something's nearby.
Now would be the time to man those guns.
To stations! And he yells to stations, and like several of the soldiers get up and run
Which
downstairs.
side is it coming from?
It's coming up from your right side.
Okay.
That would be starboard.
Starboard.
Starboard side.
Which one is that?
It's the right side. As to the
If you
direction
look
of
at the
show.
bow,
Are you still
Yeah.
piloting the ship?
I am
Yeah.
helping pilot
Yeah.
the ship.
I
he's
think
learning.
Now is the time. Juice.
Your learning curve just got shorter. Like, so there's some alarms are going off. So it's coming up on your right side, but then it's coming up on your left side, but then it's coming up on your right side again, and now it's coming from the front, and now there are just a whole bunch of dots on that radar.
Okay, are these
We're surrounded!
ships, or I look
So,
with my eyes. What
You
are
look with
they?
your, so you look down with your eyes over the prow, and you don't see anything for a minute, but then you see like a chemtrail. No, just like the trail of that the airplane leaves. It's not a chemtrail. It's a jet stream.
Jet trail.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Jet stream.
So you see one of those going, but you don't see anything at its front. And then you see another one like arcing above you, and you don't see anything on its front. You're looking on this proximity sensor, and you haven't seen one of these in a while.
If there's anything in front, I also have that window, right?
Yeah.
But I'm in the back.
Yeah, you're near the back. Yeah.
Okay.
You got the entire length of the ship.
Is there windows all around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but you're looking at this thing, and you notice that the dots. You haven't been looking at these. You haven't looked at a proximity sensor in a while, but these dots are really small. They are like you see the ship depicted, and it's like this big, and the dots themselves are like
Can I roll
itty bitty.
to make a guess as to
Cloaked
what I think that
missiles
might
or
be?
something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what can I use for this?
I yell, "Do a barrel roll!"
While we're on the deck of the ship.
Hey, we've got the
That's a
gravity
good move.
thing.
Yeah, the gravity stays down, regardless of which way you move.
Well,
it stays in
that
one direction.
seems like a
Son of a
design
gun?
flaw.
It's
it really
not.
does.
Son of a gun?
Sure, I guess.
What does that even mean?
No,
I love it.
not son of gun, but you can use mechanic.
Okay, all my mechanic?
Yeah.
Is anything else?
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we get a name for the Archie captain?
No.
Okay.
But his name
I
is
got
Francisco.
a 14.
Captain. The captain's name is Francisco.
Yeah.
That's
Well, that's his
awesome.
first name.
I mean, we would only know that if it's on like a label or something.
Yeah.
So the captain's only his first name, just to be like more friendly, like
Yeah.
PR reasons.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
only
yeah.
his first
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Francisco.
I
got
mean,
it.
all of the
With a
Ouroboros
smiley
people.
face?
Yeah, Francisco
refer to
the
each other
Archie.
by first name. Anyway, what?
14.
14. So you're looking at it, and you don't think it's a cloak. You don't know what it is, but it is just they're just very small. They also are not moving directly towards the ship, which makes you think not missile.
Are they birds?
They're not birds.
It's
They're
like
bigger than
there's
birds.
like a bunch of space seagulls that we're
Yeah.
running into and we
He's trying to
die.
fade out the
So,
blue.
when you
Let's
say
hold
small,
steadfast.
are they small enough to contain one single human?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
So
think
these are
we need
drone
to
sized.
GTFO.
So
Yeah.
they.
I'm gonna try and go faster.
So yeah, you key in something, and the co-pilot's like, oh yeah, probably. It's and so you feel the ship lurch as they kind of kick in the afterburners, and all of the dots kind of group in behind you. So you guys, are you looking? Where are you? What are you doing?
I'm saying, hey, Archie captain.
Yeah.
It's a wood deck, right? Like a
No, it's a metal deck.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a metal deck.
Yeah.
Hey, how important's all this metal right here?
Very important.
Like, how important?
Like, I mean, it's not structurally important, I suppose.
That's what I need to know.
All right. So, anyway, he's very confused. So, Jenny, if you're watching these things, as you pull forward, they all kind of drop behind you, and you look over your shoulder, and there's a few that are closer to you, and they look like very, very small. They almost look like dusters. They're very small ships that have like they come to a point and they're just on top of a turbine and that's it. There's just a turbine and then like this thing that comes to a point,
like a speeder,
and it's just like moving extremely fast towards you,
Head to
and
the
they're
bar.
all painted red. What?
To the bar.
Oh,
How many?
red like
you see 6 of them behind you.
red like Red Sea Raiders, perhaps.
They're all painted red.
Now, we didn't go get the other boys, so why are the raiders after us? They
Well,
shouldn't
maybe
be.
they're the ones that hired Isabel. We don't know who.
They want this booty. Everybody wants this.
Yeah,
booty.
everybody wants this booty.
So they are all dropping in behind you, and he has said to the guns, 5 of the guns are manned, and so you hear the machine guns start to go off as they try to like curve some bullets behind the ship because you're moving so fast that maybe they hit, and so there's
we might need to turn later.
What?
We might need to turn.
Oh, to turn the ship. Yeah.
so
How many are there total?
6 guns.
6.
Oh, of the enemies.
Yeah.
You can see 8 back there.
Now we're seeing.
Yeah. And they're like kind of flying in and keeping pace with you.
What was the name of the gang? Red Sea Raiders.
Red Sea Raiders.
So, at relative speed, are they going faster than us?
They are keeping pace.
Okay.
They're very light, so.
Okay, and we don't hear like gunfire or any
Nothing
evidence
yet,
of
besides your own.
offensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
we have open fire already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the guys are shooting fire.
Okay.
Like downrange. The back guns can go pretty far back, and they're trying to shoot behind you, which is they can't quite, but they can get close.
Crack.
There is this moment of like where nothing has happened yet. You all get to act and set up, but like there's tension in the air.
Is there anything that I can like release to like?
There's no trailing mines. Like you cannot drop trailing
Boiling
mines.
oil or something.
Yeah, just like to like make them spin out.
Little spiky things.
Banana pull a dom.
Banana
and
peels,
jump
yeah.
at 'em.
Yeah, just a force field.
Just a blue shell right over your shoulder.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, we're in the lead. It's gonna hit us.
Oh no!
So yeah, I think I was at the bow when we were facing
Yeah.
it that way. So if they're behind us, I guess I just slide to the other, slam your shoulder in, take cover, and lay the rifle over.
I'm just gonna like try and peek over cover, as much cover as I can get, and just try and assess the situation.
All right.
Because I'm not gonna get much out of my dart gun.
You're probably not. No.
So-
You can roll to assess.
Okay.
Jenny, what are you doing in the meanwhile?
Gotta take a shot too.
Yes.
I-
Well, we're not in
Shield?
combat yet.
I hold up my shield and the LED screen lights up and it goes, get wrecked,
Get
get
wrecked,
wrecked,
get
get wrecked.
So the 2 options are you can go up above on top of the on top of where Nathan is in the Helm house, right? You can go on top of that roof. And
It's my favorite restaurant.
yeah,
Diner.
or you can be inside of there and there are windows behind you and like
We'll do
facing
that one.
backwards and they're bulletproof. So yeah, you're looking and you're like kind of like waving your shield
Yeah,
at them.
yeah. Middle fingers everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just trying to understand the nature of these
Yeah,
vessels.
yeah.
And their capabilities. 15.
15. So you like are using your binoculars, right? Or did you not?
17.
So step 1, remember to use them.
Yes, yes.
So you're like looking and you notice that like there are several. You can view them closely enough that like there's a windscreen that's like up to here, and you can see people's faces in there. They're like laying on these turbines, and there seems to be some weaponry at hand for them, but none of them actually mounted to the machines they're on, right? So like some of them are carrying guns, but they're not like these are not armed on the machines.
So they're like poking a gun out the front?
They're not even poking them out of the front. The front comes the front of each one of these comes to a point, and that point it looks like the metal has been or the paint has been scraped off of the point.
Okay,
So
they're
these
gonna
are,
work.
These are boarding vessels.
breaching
They're pretty nasty business.
vessels.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they don't get shot first.
So like they're all like coming in and they're all like looking up at each other and they seem to be waiting for something.
Do any of them have eye patches?
Yeah, most of them do.
I'm just gonna
One
shout,
has a hook.
they mean to board! They mean to breach the hull!
And the captain's like, not if we get there first. And he
Breaches the hull?
he just means let him try. And he like he takes his command seat, which like is still technically his, and he keys in something, and the
We'll fight about that later.
and the ship like kind of goes like slows down a bit, and starts to come about, right? Because like you're gonna have to present a broadside for machine
that's
gunning.
what we were gonna. I was gonna do,
yeah,
like,
the handbrake turn.
very quick. Yes, very quick
handbrake turn in
break.
space.
I might like indicate what I want to do,
Yeah.
and then the guy's like,
Yeah, let's do it.
okay.
So you bring the ship around, the guns level, and the people in there return fire. Ooh man, they do terribly, and a whole bunch of like only one of the boarders gets like shot out of the air as they're like closing distance extremely fast. As the ship came around, each one of the yeah, I gotcha. Each one of the pods they like start to like they throw in their speed. And they start going much faster. You realize that they were holding back. Like, they were just keeping pace with you. And now they're coming in for ramming speed. You shoot.
Plus 14.
Plus 14. So you've got your big old rifle, and it's coming down, and you just...
Yeah.
And you... Where did you aim?
So, with this thing coming up to ram us,
Yeah.
I mean, anything exposed? Do I have to... What is this?
Big
look
old
like?
turbine on the bottom. Yes, you shoot the turbine. And you...
Can that be one of the first guys? I like bowling a lot.
Sure.
I like bowling. Can I roll son of a gun to bowl after that? Can I roll his son of a gun?
Bounces and hits all 10.
So yeah, the one of them, the engine like flames and the whole thing kind of tips, and another like the other two behind it have to like veer to get out of the way.
Is this
But
in
they're
bolt action?
no, it's a fully automatic. Yeah.
What?
It's not fully automatic. It's semi-automatic.
It's okay. It's like a...
It's an automatic return though. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you like the two behind him go wide and then come in this kind of pincer formation, and then all of them start hitting the hull. Just and one of them like comes in down on top of the deck and like just pierces in. And is anyone below decks right now? No.
Prisoner guy.
Yeah.
Well, besides that, there are several soldiers. I mean, other
Nuru.
players. Yeah.
I will start hustling out of, I want to get to where the action is, but
Yeah.
I don't know are they going to be like trying to get in the hull and then come up at us from inside the hull?
There are several of them that are in the hull.
Okay.
Or,
Jenny
pierced
books
in
it
the hull.
down.
So you start running down, and
I pass Corn and I go, Juice?
Juice, please.
Only made one today.
Here we go. So,
I can offer you a sleep dart.
In these trying times.
The wrong one in this
so Jenny goes sprinting down the stairs, and you come around, and you hear already the cries and shouts of like melee combat going on, and you see like the first thing you see is that one of the ships is like come in from the bottom, and the pod is already open, and the guy isn't in there. He's got a gun and he's running around shooting people.
Okay, punch him.
Yeah, so, well, unfortunately, you can't punch him right now because we are out of time. The ship has been boarded by the Red Sea Raiders, and
Dun, dun,
and
dun.
you guys have a whole bunch of holes in your hull of your new ship.
I love that for us.
And yeah, it's just a really great, great look.
The property transfer happened right before all of
Actually,
the
he
damage.
just said this thing is technically this guy's command seat
Yeah.
still, which means he has not transferred ownership of the ship.
The deal was you take it as is.
We'll get into the legal battle next time.
Next
time.
time.
Not
Beside the point at the moment.
Not as it will be.
I ask if it's insured to the guy.
It is. Yeah, but not to you. Anyway, so meet us next time on Fools and Corpses, Bluesky Backwater. And remember, only fools and corpses don't change their mind.
I'm a pirate. You don't tell me what to do.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. This is where.
On a camera.